y'all, man? Hope y'all doing well. Today, I got some crazy tips for y'all that will increase y'all chances of getting songs with the artists you want to work with, or getting beats in or samples in with the producers you want to work with.
Sir.
The tips I'm finna talk about today are really practical. They not just the standard networking tips that everybody knows by now, like
Provide some value, don't just ask for stuff. Like, actually bring the person you want to work with some value, like edit videos for them, do graphics for them, send your kids, even like set your clothes, do photos with them, edit.
bro, I don't know, like something unique like everybody knows by now.
No.
Today I'm finna show y'all some really practical, simple stuff so that everybody can implement right now. Like literally after this video, every single one of y'all has to implement these things. They're just so simple and make everybody's lives easier. So without further ado, let's get right to it. I will start with the craziest thing, which is an app that will show y'all key and BPM of every single song. If y'all don't know what that's good for, especially if you're sending out beats for artists, you have to make sure that the beats you're sending are in the key range of the artist so they can actually rap or sing over. If the key's way too high, way too low for the artist to even rap on, then they will never ever pick the beat, no matter how good it is. And with the BPM, you can also check out where their biggest songs kinda at, and even though the BPM isn't that important, you should still send beats that are in the rough range of the BPM from their most popular songs. So the app is called Stats FM. It used to be called Spotify Stats, and the beautiful thing about this is that you can literally look up the key and BPM of every single song. You can obviously also just type in song da-da-da, artist da-da-da, BPM and key in Google. It's only easy to find like the BPM and key of future songs, but not of like your local artist that maybe has 10k listeners or some stuff. Like that can be rather difficult. So for example, right now I want to send a beat pack to this small artist right here. He only has 330 monthly listeners, so it would be impossible to find key and BPM on Google for it. So then I just click on, for example, this is his biggest song, but then it's rather old, so I would just go on newest song, just click on that, then switch over to Stats FM. And then you just click on the overview right here and you see currently playing. Then scroll down and you will see the key and BPM. So I would do that with like 3, 4, 5 more songs of that artist. So then when I send a pack, I will go ahead and take that into consideration and only send beats in that key range and in that BPM range. Now for sending out samples, this doesn't really make sense because producers will always just pitch the sample. And we work with a lot of different people that obviously have different key ranges or BPM ranges. But if let's say the producer is asking you for a pack for a specific artist, you can then also apply this technique and check BPM and key ranges for that artist and then send stuff in that kind of key range, BPM range. But you don't really have to. It really is only necessary, in my opinion, when directly sending beats to artists. Now we already talked about the importance of key and BPM. Now the third most important thing is using tags when naming your beats and samples. Nowadays most people do this anyway, but for the people who still don't do this, like what y'all doing? Like
How y'all finna sit in a session or even sit there and listen to all the stuff you made because you can't remember which beat was, which genre, which style, like.
Come on, bro. Like now I got like 20 to 30 tags for beats that are just in my head and I always use. So when the artist asks for something specific, I know exactly what tags to type in, and then I can just search through all my beats and play the perfect ones that the artist wants. So for me, most of the times I put the genre, the vibe of the beat, like dark, bright, moody, whatever, beautiful, weird, unique.
No.
And then the rough instruments that I used in the beat, and sometimes some artists that I would hear on the beat or I would send this to. Now for samples, I keep the tag amount to a minimum. But yeah, for those people who still don't do this, tag your fucking beats and fucking samples, bro. What is you doing?
Come down a little bit, bring it down a notch.
But yeah, I'm assuming 90% of the people watching already do this. So let's quickly move on to the next tip, which is kind of obvious, but not a lot of people do this. The thing that I'm talking about is exporting beats in different keys. Now, I've done this with this beat, for example. Now when doing this, make sure to also pitch all your drums correctly. When pitching the beat up and down, do not just pitch the 808 and melody.
You obviously don't want to send the same beat in like 3 different pitches to the same artist.
Unless y'all like really tapped in with each other, really locked in, but it can make a lot of sense when you send the same beat in a different pitch to a different artist. Because if you put a pack together for an artist, taking the key and BPM ranges into account, you would just have more beats to pick from if you exported the same beat in different pitches. Some beats really sound good in like 2 or 3 pitches, so just take those extra 5 to 10 minutes and you will have way more beats to pick from when sending.
Y'all losing me, man.
Now the last tip I got for y'all is something I just learned along the way. If you get in contact with an artist or a producer you want to work with, send your best 3 to 6 samples or beats first, and then if they hit you back saying they really fucking with your loops and beats or they need some more, send a big pack like 20 to 30 loops or 20 to 30 beats depending on your situation, and then the chances will be very high that they will pick one of those samples or beats from that big pack. Now being consistent is the most important thing from that point out, but if y'all keep on sending stuff, then y'all can really build up something together and really build a connection and lock in with each other. Alright, that's pretty much it with this video. Hope I could give y'all some good practical advice that y'all can implement right now. As always, make sure to check out my kits. They the first thing in the description. That being said, if y'all learned anything new from this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. Really turn on the notifications. Like, come on, bro. Like, hope you're having an amazing day. I'm out.